What's up? What's up? What is up? And welcome to the Dr. Ali Griffith Show, Mindset, Meditation, and Motivation. We are in the Launch the Legacy series, which is our time to talk about all things legacy. We are super excited to introduce and bring to our space, our experience, your time with Miss Amanda Irtz, who is the empathy coach. She's the creative innovator of Emo Set. She's a joy filled mother of her two children who practice emotional living each day. She understands that when kids are self aware, that they are better equipped to understand other humans. She created Emoset because she understands the unique needs of kids from her 20 years, I said 20 plus years, in education and her boots to the ground training as a mom. She's now equipped in this space where she's helping other moms, other women to navigate how to connect with their children, how to connect with others using more empathy, and to have a space where we can have more empathetic conversations in the world. It's an honor to have her as part of our tribe, as another one of my amazing sister clients, to watch her grow and evolve into this amazing being, and to know the story of who she was, things that she had to overcome and probably is still overcoming, like we all are, and how she's navigating into the entrepreneurial space and showing up in her purpose walk, helping others. I want to remind you that Launch the Legacy, that's this book, is available now at launchthelegacy.com. We are excited to have our speakers and have our amazing guests and experts introduce their story, introduce their experience, so you can identify with some part of their story, some part of their journey that lets you know that you are not alone, and that there's a space you can reach out to any one of them to get to your next, to get you through the space that you're currently in. Now, Amanda's chapter is an amazing chapter. It is all about blooming into brave. Her journey as an educator started at a young age of 19, and she goes through the different stages that she started at to where she evolved into the space where she began to do mirror work on herself. You know, the space when we look into our bathroom mirror and start to say things to ourselves so that we can navigate it. If not, she'll tell you more about that. And one of the things that she began to tell ourselves during some of the moments, and she'll talk about her moments in a few minutes, is to align your passion with purpose and to remember to love me. Amanda, walk them through a moment when you felt like if uh, you're not clear of where you're going or you're not sure of your next step, some space that someone might be feeling right now that you can help them to navigate just because you were once there. What resonates with you right now?
Yeah, such a great question, and I would say that space really feels almost as if you're going through the motions, almost as if you are doing things because you have this perceived notion that you should be doing them, that someone told you that that's the right thing to do, and that you've made someone proud in your life, and so therefore you should keep doing them. And so for me, I recognized that, and I kind of just kept going along because I have two kids and I'm a single mom. And what else? What else do you do except
Mm,
you pivot, right?
mm.
Because you believe not just in the dream, but you believe in the legacy that is so timeless, and you have to capture it when you have that moment, when you have that spirit that moves you.
And as high achieving women that we both are, as folks who have served in the educational space where many have leaned on us, and we've showed up with this smile, with this, I'm here to serve others. And somehow, and we spoke about this with another one of the authors, pushing down those dreams and those places that we knew that there was something else burning inside of us and there's another path for us. When did you begin to feel like that whisper of, and I remember me hearing there's more. And I was like, wait, more? I think I got a lot on my plate already. What do you mean there's more? And it was just, no, there's more. There's a bigger path for you. There's another path for you. Um, Tell me how you felt about it, or what did you experience when you began to hear that time to pivot?
Yeah, being in education and serving for 22 years, uh, it is service, and when you are in that role, you are truly serving, and you truly set aside your hopes and your dreams and even your own well-being to support the needs of your students and your families. And I got to a point where I was serving families in such a unique capacity every day in a way that wasn't just, having a, high and by conversation, but actually supporting my families and helping them to make, some critical decisions in their lives and holding that space for them. And then also giving them some tools and strategies to, try some new things at home. And that was my recognition and my realization that my ability to transform lives, specifically the lives of parents, was so much greater than what I could do inside the walls of a school. That it is our parents worldwide community, in our communities, in our cities, in our towns. Our parents are struggling. Our parents need more than the 5-minute one-on-one with their assistant principals and their counselors, but the schools cannot give that anymore. And so that is why I made the shift. That is why I made the pivot, because I am that person. And I will continue to serve families, but I will serve in a greater capacity.
Yes, Amanda. Yes. Taking it back to the fact when we felt we were giving all of our energy, all of our intellectual property, everything that we felt that was our best to within that space, within that organization, within that place. And then coming home at the end and not having enough energy or having enough empathy for our own. Many of us as professionals, as high achievers, we're out there showing up in one space, and then when we come home, we don't have enough for our children. Hence the reason why a lot of parents have anxiety. A lot of moms are going through spaces where they're drinking more and are just looking for that release. What are some of the things that you tell some of the moms that you work with who are probably in that space right now where they're feeling, oh my God, I can't add anything else onto my plate, much less even think about chasing a dream and going after entrepreneurship or writing a book? Like, what do you tell them when they're feeling that way?
Well, I'm very strategic. That there's something about working with parents. I'm not there to hold your hand. I am here to shift you and move you and give you the tools in your back pocket. That is truly my role. And I have developed 4 tools. I call them the 4 parent heart beliefs. And you can use these 4 parent heart beliefs in any parenting situation. One of the heart beliefs that I use, heart belief number 1, is to model your desired beliefs and behaviors. So, for instance, if a parent is really wanting their child to you to say please and thank you, for just a really easy example,
Mm.
that has to first come from within. The child has to see that being modeled day in and day out by mom or dad, grandma, grandpa, aunt or uncle. But that gets even bigger. If you want your child to practice self-care, if you want your child to do deep breathing, if you want your child to stand up for themselves, then that has to come from within you first as a parent. And you
Mm.
have to truly, at your core center, believe that before that will even transpire in your child's world. So part of my work is to unfold these 4 parent heart beliefs in the lives of my parents, because they are so transformational.
Ooh, and you guys are going to hear about the other 3 heart beliefs when you follow Amanda. When we give you the information, make sure you are tapped into every space and she has amazing gifts for you guys and access to more. One of the things that you said that resonated with me is being what you're talking about and being what you're telling your children to do. Launch the Legacy is that space where we get to show what it is to go after your dreams. So we get to show what it's like to write a book, where we get to show what it's like to go after the things that you've always desired, and do it in a systematic way that's not just a whip or fly by night, but do it in a way that leaves something beyond for them, and that they can take on the mantle and or shift the mantle based on whatever they need, but now they have the access and the tools. Part of the reasons why we wrote this book was to share with you that things are possible, that action is needed to be taken, and that we have walked the steps in different ways. Each one of the co-authors have a message, have a journey, have a story, have the experience that you can now feel like I don't have to try and figure this out. I can tap into the space with these amazing ladies and find out, wait a minute, I need this help with this space, I need this part, I need to learn more about this, and I could now reach out to her. Amanda, one of the tools and strategies you shared, and you shared three amazing tips inside of the book. Actually, no, it's four. And I'm just going to share one of them. Oops, sorry, I'm apologizing. It is five tips that you shared in the book. I'm actually going to share the last one. Each one is amazing. Get the book so you can read it, and you can have access to all five. The last one, it says keep your vibration high. Starting a business is no easy gig, especially when you're also working a full-time job. It's easy to give yourself a reason to not make that next phone call or call it quits. There were many days when I didn't invest any time into my business, and weeks at times all I could think about was not being there. It was in those times such time as these, that I separated myself from the pieces that lifted me. I forgot to jam out to my favorite playlist in my bedroom, in my living room. Instead of working out in the morning, I would hit that snooze button. Rather than focusing on the small blessings in my life, I found all the ways that my life was crumbling. More simply put, when we are in a high energetic state, then we attract more of the same into our lives. I learned to listen to myself and use the energy from my high vibration to propel my work forward. My greatest takeaway in my journey from the 19-year-old young girl, 19-year-old young, who entered her first classroom is that every experience is a teachable moment. Every stumble showed me my strength to keep moving forward. Each detour allowed a little bit more light to guide my way. And when the wind became cold, I simply quickened my steps. Amanda's in Colorado. Don't discredit the path that you're on because it's lined with thorny blackberry bushes and dirty laundry. Had I done this when I would have never known my potential to rise up, to lead with love, and to evolve into the woman I am today. Amanda, what do you want to leave our readers, our listeners, our viewers out there? What message do you want to let them know? And then tell them more about you and how they can follow up with you if they need your support.
So I titled the chapter "Blooming into Brave" because for me, as a mom and as a woman and as a human being, it's really important that my kids see me taking risks and that my kids see me being brave, because I want them to be brave and I want them to take risks in their life, and I want them to follow their passions and their dreams and align their purpose with their passion. However, I wouldn't be giving them permission if I didn't do it myself. And so that is the legacy. That is why it is so critical as mothers, as entrepreneurial women, to show your children, show your people, your tribe, your sisters, that it is possible and that it is really hard, but you're going to do it anyway. And so, to leave, as we part this gorgeous conversation, which I truly value, I do want to share with you Another book of mine is The Clouds That Chase Us: A Journey into Autism. This was also a #1 bestseller on Amazon about 2 years ago. And if you are interested in, I'm going to do a little lean there because I didn't have them. I also trademarked emotion bracelets that I use primarily with my parents, and helping them to create tools for self-awareness in their kids. And so this is part of the work that I do. It is such a gift to be able to be here. And hey, reach out to me. Let me know that you heard me on the Dr. Ali podcast, and I've got something for you.
Woo! I love it. I love it. I love it. I told you guys you were going to leave transformed. I told you were going to hear a message that resonated for you. The messages are across gender, across status, across color, across creed. It's just things that we all go through that we have to remind ourselves. Blooming into brave is the process where, if we're going to launch that legacy, if we're going to talk to our kids about this, and even if we're talking to our parents about this, we have to be about it. We have to do it. We have to show them. And we're not saying it's easy. It is definitely not easy. One of the things I help our tribe with doing, I help the people who I work with doing, my sister clients, I like to say, is that we can do it with more ease. It's not easy, but we can do it with more ease. A lot of the tips and tools that Amanda shares with those that she works with our other co-authors, similarly are aligned with those who did they service, also taps into the space of how do they provide service, how do they create a business, how do they create a brand, not just a brand, but a legacy and a generationally wealth brand that they get to leave behind for their children. They get to show their children not only in the effort, but also in the results. Some of the results will be monetarily. A lot of the results are going to be impact that they're going to be creating throughout the world. We believe in both, though, income and impact, because so that we can help out with more. So go and support Amanda's book. Support her by sharing this out, sharing her message, sharing our book. So my goal is that this information and this journey can get into 1 million homes by you just sharing another one and sharing another one, buying it for a group, buying it for a mom's group, maybe a book club, maybe an organization or for a church that you know that you want to start having more conversation about brand and generational wealth and how to overcome the daily obstacles that we sometimes allow us to stop moving and stop blooming into our brave. We want to remind you to launch your legacy. As always, I'm so grateful to have you, Amanda. I'm so grateful to have our amazing co-authors that are here helping this process, that have voluntarily said yes to my request of being part of this experience, knowing that it's a movement, knowing that it's bigger than us. And thank you for your support. Thank you for our listeners. We ask that you continue to support by sharing the message and letting us know below what are your thoughts, what are your takeaways, and how you can help us in this movement. We want to continue to remind you to continue to be amazing in your thoughts, your words, and in your actions. Peace. Launch the legacy. It is time. It is time to do it now.